a 2020 NBA redraft. Let's go. Now, with the first pick in the NBA draft, I have the Timberwolves taking Lamelo Ball. Now, I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan, and I even think right now, what Edwards has shown, in his best, in his prime, he was averaging like 25 points per game in the last like 2 months. That's better than what LaMelo Ball has been, but LaMelo Ball just has such a high ceiling, and LaMelo Ball loves the game of basketball a lot more. I think Anthony Edwards is just there to have fun and, just kind of show himself and get rich, but like, and this, trust me, I love the guy, but I just don't think his ceiling is really high, but he's not going to hit it, while I think LaMelo Ball might actually have the work ethic to be one of the greatest players in the league, at least like at the current time. And I mean, you could go either way, but LaMelo Ball's playmaking with Cat's playmaking with D'Lo's playmaking with Ricky Rubio's. I mean, I guess Ricky Rubio wouldn't be playing with LaMelo Ball, I don't think, but man, that would just be insane. With the second pick in the draft, the Warriors take Anthony Edwards. It's not even really a question. Anthony Edwards, man, as good as Ricky Rubio is a playmaker and Cat is a good playmaker for a center for sure, Steph Curry's playmaking is like the greatest of all time on and off the ball. I just think so much more opportunity offensively Anthony Edwards would have with Steph Curry. An offensive trio of Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, and Klay Thompson, you're not stopping that. No one in the league is stopping that. Your best hope is to just leave them open and hope they miss. Now, with the third overall pick, I have the Charlotte Hornets selecting Tyrese Halberton. Now, Tyrese Halberton, I don't think drafting a point guard that isn't LaMelo Ball is the best fit for the Charlotte Hornets, but sometimes, or actually most of the time in my opinion, you need to take the best player available, and that's Tyrese Halberton. I can easily see Tyrese Halberton becoming like a Chris Paul, but just taller. Like, it's insane, his potential. He's 6'5". He's already pretty smart as a rookie, and that's really hard to do as a point guard. He can shoot the ball really efficiently. I don't even understand how he went down to 12. Like, I don't know too much about the draft. Going into drafts, even this draft, upcoming one, I only know the top 6 prospects, and I don't really know anyone else. But I knew, man, Tyrese Halberton he just looks so good during college. How is he not getting picked? I was mad when my favorite team, the Atlanta Hawks, didn't pick him. Because even though we didn't need a point guard because we have Trae Young, I'm like, dude, this is easily the best player here. Haliburton is easily the best prospect available, so that's who they're picking. Now, with the fourth pick in the redraft, I have the Chicago Bulls staying with Patrick Williams. Now, I truly believe that from here on out, there is no obvious picks anymore. There is no, oh, this player is easily better than this player kind of thing, at least for the next like 10 picks. Patrick Williams is kind of like a really good compliment to Zach LaVine. As Zach LaVine, he's not that good of a defender. Patrick Williams is a good defender. He's a good 3-point shooter. You could also, you could go with players like, Saddiq Bey or something, but I just think Patrick Williams definitely has the upside and potential, and that's what really lets him be number 4. If we're talking about right now, I'd guess maybe Jae'Sean Tate, but he can't shoot. I don't know. I just love players who can shoot the ball, and even though he isn't very aggressive, Patrick Williams is very efficient, and I think he'll be really good. The fifth pick in the draft, or the NBA redraft, the Cavs are selecting Saddiq Bey, and from here on out, back in like 2016, 2015, nowadays you need 3-point shooting, and Saddiq Bey is exactly that. He's broken many rookie 3-point records, and he's only going to get better. I don't think his 3-point shot's going to get worse, so he's always going to be valuable. It's a really safe pick, I think he'll get a lot better, but for right now, he's still really good. And there's not really too much to say after that. I mean, Saddiq is nice. With the number 6 pick in the draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Isaiah Stewart. Now, this might become a surprise, because if you guys know this channel, I mean, not many of you guys do, I love Onyeka Okongwu. I love that we drafted him. I obviously wanted Tyrese Halberton over him, but Okongwu was my second pick. I think he's been really good for the Atlanta Hawks. But, man, if you were to describe to me what you would want in a modern day center right now, he is exactly that, just a rookie, and a little less at every single thing. He can protect the rim. He can block shots at the rim, kind of like Clint Capella. But then Isaiah Stewart can shoot. He can shoot right now in his rookie year. He's not great, but he's an all-right shooter. And that is amazing for a center. You could go with a point guard or a wing or a different player, but the Atlanta Hawks eventually are going to run into an issue where they need to pay too many people, and I think Isaiah Stewart will be the best player that comes out of like the rest of these players. If the Atlanta Hawks could package, Isaiah Stewart and then like some other pieces for a star player, then that would really help them. So I think the best player remaining will be Isaiah Stewart, and that's why I have them picking him. With the number 7 pick, I have the Detroit Pistons picking Emmanuel Quickly. Now, it gets pretty controversial after 6. I think 1 through 6 can be pretty unanimous, but number 7, I have Emmanuel Quickly. Now, it is really hard as a rookie to be the best at something, but Emmanuel Quickly has the best floater I've ever seen. And this is coming from an Atlanta Hawks fan, where Trae Young has just been killing teams with the floater. Man, I don't understand Quickly. he has that spark plug energy that you could really want in a championship team. Now, I mean, will he be one of the best players right now on a championship team? Obviously not, but he's a really good asset. Number 8, I have the Knicks taking Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony, man. He kind of gives off those Emmanuel Quickly vibes. Just I don't think he's as good as him. I'm pretty sure we've seen, you know, like a Cole Anthony like 30-point game this season. He's shown insane potential. I don't feel great about the pick, but I think it's a pretty solid pick, especially considering the fact that the original pick was Obi Toppin. Yeah, I think this is a huge success either way. Now this could be biased, but with the 9th pick in the NBA draft, I have the Wizards selecting Onyeka Okongwu. Onyeka Okongwu is just such a good defensive center, and even though, you know, in the regular season all he did was really foul a lot, and I mean he played good defense but also fouled a lot, he really improved in between like the regular season and the playoffs. In the playoffs he was like really good, and the Wizards need defense. They need a rim protector, and even though Gafford's all right at that, I think Okongwu has potential to be better, and the Wizards shouldn't be worried that much about right now because they're not that good right now. They're nowhere near a championship team right now. It doesn't really make any sense. Y'all might be mad that I have, you know, Okongwu over the next player who's the Suns are about to draft, but I don't really care. I have my own opinion. Could be biased, it could be not, but I think Okongwu's the real deal. And let me just say something. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I have the Suns taking James Wiseman, but can I say something real quick? You know, about like a month ago, I had people telling me I was being called crazy for calling James Wiseman a bust because Wiseman should have never even been drafted above Lamelo or even in the top 3 anyways. And that's just so stupid. Man, Wiseman wanted to be drafted top 3. You can't tell me that he didn't want to be drafted top 3. So when you're drafted top 3, you're given the expectations of a top 3 drafted player. So how are you not a bust just because you shouldn't have even been drafted top 3? That's like saying Anthony Bennett shouldn't have been a bust. Because I mean, what? That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm obviously jumping the gun because James Wiseman is not a bust yet at all. Because I mean, not only has he been decent, but like he's not even in a team that will really help him succeed. Like the Warriors could honestly use like Nerlens Noel, or actually Noel's a good center, even a decent average center, and the Warriors would thrive. They don't need a good center. So whatever, that's actually irrelevant. But yeah, Wiseman could really help the Suns. The Suns just need a body. When Ayton's in foul trouble, they need a second guy. I mean, you know, Dario Saric, he was doing all right, but he's not really a big body. James Wiseman would be a great backup. Now, would I want the Suns to draft? I mean, would I want James Wiseman to be drafted by the Suns? No, because he wouldn't develop as well. You know, next to Ayton, it wouldn't make any sense. But for the Suns, this would make perfect sense. Now, I'm going to go kind of fast for the rest of these 4 or 5 picks or whatever. At 11, the Spurs take Jae'Sean Tate. Maybe you could argue that he should have went higher, but because, you know, he did make the all-rookie first team, but I don't really see that because Jae'Sean Tate, like, he's already 23, I think. Like, he's old. And even if he's better than the other prospects have, you know, more time to grow and stuff. So, I mean, yeah. And then also, Jae'Sean Tate's better than Devin Vassell. At number 12, I have the Kings taking Isaac Okoro. The Kings obviously need defense, and Isaac Okoro gives you literally only defense. I mean, maybe some rebounding, but that's part of defense in my opinion. At 13, you know, the Pelicans take Desmond Bane, an amazing 3-point shooter, would just fit so well next to Zion and Ingram, and I really like Bane. And at 14, you know, this could be interchangeable between Tyrese Maxey or Peyton Pritchard, but I have the Celtics taking Tyrese Maxey. I just think that he could be a little bit better. And at 15, the Magic take Xavier Tillman, who I actually really believe in. I think he's going to be really good, but I don't really see him being drafted in a top 10, even in the redraft. So Xavier Tillman, the Magic would get a W for that. But that was my redraft. If you disagreed with something, let me know in the comments. Comment anything, please. Like the video, please, and subscribe. And yeah, peace.